Are we there? Is any? No. Let's see. Shows that. No. Why won't it pick up that other mic? Probably because I plugged it in too late. Let me ask you. Can you hear me now? Somebody. It's showing that Curt sounds better today. Real quick, anybody? Can you hear me now? Not about this, but can you hear me? Period. I'm looking here and it's showing that it's on. Uh, yes, you can hear now. Okay, thank you. Mark, music. Let's see. Yes, thank you, and thank you for subscribing. Appreciate that. This morning, loud and clear, huh? Okay, I don't know how or why. I'm sure it's because I wasn't plugged in or anything when we started the show. Very, very late. But yeah, the question today, should insurance be required for cruise lines excursions? And that would put it on the side of the cruise line, and after reading, I understand why it's not. I understand why the cruise line, there's a lot of them deal with third parties, stuff like that, for excursions and stuff like that. If you carry insurance, travel insurance, it covers a lot of these things, but it don't cover some things. There can be things that might be in the fine print that you don't even know about. It would need to be tailored to the type of excursions that you might be doing. Like there's some out there that can be very, very dangerous or something like that. You would want for requiring passengers to have excursion insurance. That's going to be if you're wanting the cruise lines to do this, that's going to be an increase in cost for you, and that would probably be something. I'm sure you'd have to certain ones you sign up before you can even sign up for them. You'd have to have that. You'd have to get that. I'm sure it'd be in one deal type of thing for that right there. But the one reason, the reasons to have it, I should say it that way, requiring, why you'd want it or anything, or why you'd want the cruise lines to do this right here. You know, a lot of them rarely cover medical care for for foreign ports or anything like that. So that's why we do have travel insurance. Period. It would just be so costly for them to have to try to do this. Let me get my paper that I had. So a few things wrote down. Um, the things that peace of mind, that would be a reason to have it, and that would be really nice on the to be included, or something like that right there. But also it help reduce the liability of covered. It would shield the cruise lines and the local tour operators. So that would be a reason you'd want it. But for no, cruise lines would probably face massive operational hurdles. It would for them to do this. Also, forcing passengers to buy. You're back to forcing. Well, they're already doing a lot of this anyway, forcing you to buy things. But it would absolutely force you to buy anything. I think it would be a reduce in. You'd see a reduce in excursions. I personally think that's how it would be. Um, some finer points. This right here. If a passenger was to buy a general cruise insurance thinking that they'd be covered for parasailing, scuba excursion, they might still be unprotected unless they added like an adventure hazardous activity waiver. That would be something that would be added in there, and I'm sure that right there would be even extra cost. that's one thing that would definitely be in there. Let's see who's in here today real quick, because I don't want to get really far behind. I'm already behind. I know that much. Uh, Top of the morning to you there, DT Cruiser and Cruising on Comps. Good morning. I see Sea Leg Journeys in here. As soon as we get off here, you run over to Wacky Wednesday. Say hello. Cruising is fun anytime. Thank you so much for being in here. Good morning, sis. Love you. John Galen. Did you get my message yesterday, John? I sent you one about the smaller bottles of the skinny syrup. They only had the one type, the salted caramel, on there and on sale. But you got 6 of them for that smaller size. Well, you would regularly pay for, I guess from Walmart, maybe you didn't pay that much. It was like 9 something for, you got a little 6 carton of them things, which was, I thought, pretty good there. So I bought 2 of them at least. What happened here? There it is. Cruise Life 22. Just working on a video, and I was again got a video. Probably might have a video premiere tomorrow. Looking into doing that right there. So everybody can tune in for that. I'll try to get the thumbnail and everything uploaded. As long as it all uploads, it'll be tomorrow or Friday. And Friday, tomorrow, there's a good chance Marsha will join me. And Friday also. I hope everybody has sound now and everything. The Ahab Show, good morning. Thanks for being in here. And let's see. Good morning. We can't hear you. Yeah. Hopefully you hear me now. And thank you again, Mark's Music Obsession. Thank you for popping in here. And hopefully it won't be such a train wreck when you come back. Let's see. I needed to get out of the bathroom. Just text Marsha and told her to tell him she don't have her phone. She's in bed asleep. Her phone. She don't take that phone in there. She don't. Let's see. And there's where DT told me he could hear me. So thank you. Sound is working now. Thank you. They can hear me. Yes. I'm trying to find somewhere. Anyone else in? Okay, there we go. PK Adventures. Ryan, thanks for being in here. Tripping with Kim and Scott. Can you hear me now? What about now? TNT's Adventures to See. Good morning. Let's see. Trish said sail. Good morning to you. Good morning, Mom. And she said good morning to everybody. Hey, Danny. Thanks for popping in here this morning. And Jen.Cohen. Thank you, Jen, for the reminder. The like, thumbs up. Appreciate that very much. Cruising on Comp said insurance would be good. You never know when one of those swimming pigs might go rogue. Yeah, you got a point there. The Cam Fam text. Thank you so much. And John Gaylor says, yes, looking at them now, 2 boxes, I still have 5. Yeah, see, that was me. I have another case and a half, but I thought, wow, that's an awful good deal. And it would be a bottle size that I could take with me somewhere. Of the big bottles, but at that price, I'll have to see. That was what I said, John. Just at that price, I had to pull the trigger on for 9 something. And I'm a Walmart Plus member, so it gets shipped for free and all that kind of stuff. Yep. All right, looks like I'm at the bottom, and talking about the different things right here about this excursions. Should cruise lines require it? And they, you do sign some of these things when you actually through the third party, you'll sign waivers and stuff like that. You sign waivers. I think we've signed the waiver um, on one of the cruise lines for something that we done. I can't seem to remember exactly what it was we were doing. I know we just signed one recently. Even when we went on that schooner with everybody and had a ball, it was probably for the snorkeling that we did, being out on that boat, stuff like that. I do have a question. Also, I didn't know which one I wanted to go with, but has anyone in here, or you know of anyone that you know of, you've talked with them, have you ever had anybody to have to use or travel medical insurance while on a shore excursion? Now, you're out there on a shore, or doing something at a port, and then you go. Anybody that's ever had to use that travel medical insurance? I'm just wondering. Also, should cruise lines require insurance only for high risk excursions like those ATVs, zip lines, diving, or just keep it optional for everything? It's a wonder that they don't require us to have some kind of travel insurance before we even get on board. But if you read all your agreement when you get on board, you really got to pay attention to that. Also, just so some folks, I don't know if you know it in here, some people don't even pay attention to things like this. I was telling Marsha not long ago, one of our credit cards has a coverage on it. You know, that some credit cards will have a protection to it. But anyway, something like that. Just wondering if anybody had ever had to use that. Hmm. What's everybody saying in here? Where am I? Lost my spot, guys. That's terrible of me. There I am. Let's see. I see Danny talking. The Cam Fam said we signed waivers at Island Beach Club in Cosmo. You're right. Yeah, that's one. When you go to some of those, and I think I don't know if I think you sign one just for the beach club, but you also have to sign one if you do any of the the ones that have machines or anything like that. Anything that's operated, with an engine, something like that right there. Like if you do the ski jets or anything like that, jet skis. Sorry. If you go with a bunch of creators, you need to insurance. Tom, I believe you hit the nail on the head right there, bud. If you do, you probably should. Let's see. Mark's music obsession says, I do not know of anyone who had to use it. Good morning, Jackie. Hope you're doing well this morning. Love you, hon. Thanks for being in here. And John Gaylor says, I think if the cruise ship is selling them, it's a recommendations from them, and should have some degree of coverage. I like yes, should have should. Lee, thank you so much for being in here. And Travel with Josie M. Good morning. I don't know if y'all caught here lately. Josie Ann's been doing some lives and stuff, and I catch them every now and then. I don't always pop in, but I catch something and watch it back. Today's coffee. Yeah, matter of fact, it is like a caramel macchiato. I had that right there. today. Well, I tell you, me and Marsha carry. I like carrying the year-round travel insurance. It does cover a lot of stuff. Um, how many of y'all do that? I mean, like, do you have the travel insurance that's year-round, or do you, just get it for a set, a set cruise? It covers just those dates and stuff like that. You read into some of this travel insurance, that like what we have, that you have year round. It's not just for trips that far away. I mean, the nice thing is, well, it's not nice that I live so far away, but when I make a trip to West Virginia or something, it covers us. It's a part of the coverage, from what we've learned and what we understand about the insurance. Good morning. I've seen them the other day. Wakeview Travel. Thank you so much for popping in here. Thank you. Let's see. Tom from TNT Adventures to Sea. I've seen a few issues that really needed insurance. If you need it, you'll be really glad you had it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about with having this. We keep year round. I mean, it just right at 3 cruises. And it's even. It's the same amount. So if just talking about cruise alone, but like I told you, it covers our travels anyway. When you're take a vacation on land for something, it covers us for. So in a year's time, if you travel away from where you live at enough, it would pay for itself. I know he's not in here, but I was wondering if someone like Scott had it. He travels a whole lot. Cruising on cost. I would imagine the cost to the insurance line to have to cover would be insane. See, that's me. That's what I was thinking. Figuring in the average age of cruisers and the overall health of many cruisers, it would severely raise the price. Yeah, they do. I kind of would think some of that way right there. Wakeview Travel says we have an annual travel insurance. That's what we have. Exactly what we have. And John, again, that's just one of them. He said when Jody got, on the ship, I went to get all the documentation to submit to our cruise insurance, and they told me that if I submitted a claim, I would not get the refund they offered. And he's going to finish that down in here. I'll get to that in just a second. Mark's Music Obsessions. He said, I think me and Michelle are going to start the year-round insurance as well, since she has started going all the time with me. It is, and I would say, I don't know how many people you can put on there. Now, that's something I don't know enough about that insurance that we do. Right here, John Finch would need to pay for all on ship medical. So John was saying that he said that if I submitted a claim, I would not get the refund they offered, and would need to pay for all on. Whew, that's expensive. That had to have been very expensive, John. Mm-hmm. Cruising on Comp says, I bought my first annual insurance plan. Very reasonable cost considering all that it covers. I've got 6 cruises booked so far, for over the next year, and it averaged out around $25. Yeah, that's how we looked at it for the cost of 2 of us. It averaged out for really the cost of 1. For the way we were paying and everything. So, but it ended up covering both of us. We got coverage for both of us. but the cost for if we do 4 trips breaks down to pretty good, you know. And you need to read on that. I mean, they're like a lot of the cruise lines, they offer a type of insurance. They do. Wakeview Travel says our annual plan covers all of our travel 100 miles from home as long as we do not own the place we stay. Exactly. This is exactly the way mine is. Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure that's the way ours is also. As long as we don't own it where we're traveling to, it covers. John Gaylor says, yes, it was going to be over 5,000 just for all the testing that they made me do every day so that I did not get quarantined. I am sure. I absolutely am sure they they gouged it to you, especially on a cruise ship. We had the question today was, should insurance be required for cruise lines excursions? So in other words, should that cruise line offer that to you, and or should they require it? I think on some of the excursions they do, it'd have to be done before, I don't know. Because, you're on a ship, I don't know. Maybe that's why you sign the waivers and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, this is such a good reason of why you carry that insurance for your trip. A lot of folks said 70% of y'all, we had 20 votes come in, said yes, and 30% said no. I think I would vote no, because I believe it'd just drive up the cost too much in on the ship type of costs and stuff. Cruising on Comp said the Carnival Vacation Protection for just Alaska through them was $100. Thank you again, Wakeview Travel. Appreciate that right there. Good morning there, down south, Stitcher. We had the Ahab show say, because of a yearly family reunion to Pennsylvania and the possibility of cornhole elbow, we get annual insurance. Well, that's worth it, ain't it? Hey, I'm one that can tell you, I can have an accident anywhere there is. That's one reason Marsha carries it. I'm just so I went through these spells where I've been accident prone a lot before. Don't forget, run over there to Sea Leg Journey as soon as we pop off here in about another minute and a half or so, and say good morning to Chet, and make sure you holler back there at Robin. And yeah, so I can't imagine. I don't know. So far now, I can't imagine not having the insurance. For us. But it's a good discussion on that today. Thank y'all for talking about it there. Cruising on Comp said, John, you got to watch out. That cornhole elbow ended my athletic career. Yeah. Hey, have y'all seen, this is a side note, I saw some video, I think it was on ABC or something like that, in the morning news or something, whatever I had it on to watch the local weather. I seen where there was a great white swimming right underneath all these kids. Have y'all seen just how many sharks? And I know it's Shark Week, but just how many sharks are out there off the shores. I mean, we got them, I'm sure John from the Ahab show can tell you they're right off they're like 2 or 3 sharks swimming around just off the Virginia Beach area or up and down the coast here and down to Carolina. And they got a real big one that's been coming up the coast here lately. Marsha has this app where she can follow what sharks they've tagged. And yeah, I don't have a desire to get in the water here recently. God, I know that's total change of subject, but hey, look here, super chat. Thank you so much there. Make it rain, baby. Yeah, I'll make it rain. Let's see if I can do that right there.
You better work, ladies. Yeah, yeah, good job. Making it rain tonight. You better work, ladies. Yeah, yeah, good job. Making it rain tonight.
Yes, and it is raining here right now. We needed some of this rain. John Geller says, I'm glad the pop buttons on slots rather than pop buttons, yeah, rather than that arm, yeah. And Cruising on Comp says, I have zero desire to get in the water. Too many critters. Ain't that the truth here lately? Guys, thank y'all so much for joining me today. Apologies again for being a little late there. I was doing my research for you to talk about this a little bit. But thank you always for being here. Join us tomorrow. Marsha should be with us tomorrow. You can hear her hollering in the background right now. She's getting ready to leave. Or no, she's going to work from home. But she's getting ready to work. All right, guys. Oh, the Fam Adventures, just in time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, bud. Appreciate you stopping by. Got to get out of here. Run over there to chat. Say hellos from us to Whack It Wednesday. Bye, y'all.
Do what you want to. Please don't be polite, 'cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, 'cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, both speeding.